Hello everyone, my name is Yushi from New York Temple. Let me quote today's words of wisdom. Today's is from December 6th. There is more to human beings than their bodies. A human being is essentially a soul, a mind that inhabits and controls the body. There is more to human beings than their bodies. A human being is essentially a soul, a mind that inhabits and controls the body. Thank you. Thank you, Master Okawa, for these wonderful quotes. This is from the Kilton Master's book, The Laws of Happiness. So this is the essence of why happy science exists. This is the essence, the most important teaching that Master Ryuho Okawa, Lord Alcantara, wants to teach us, that we are spiritual beings. And this physical body is not our true selves. And this spiritual being, the soul that resides inside our physical body is our true entity. And after living a couple of decades here on earth, and after we die, our soul goes back up to heaven, going to the dimension that we were able to achieve in the form of our enlightenment. And then we go to that dimension, and then we are reborn again. We go through the cycle of reincarnation, which means, just simply use your imagination, it means that the next time you're born, you're going to have a different physical body with a different name, with a different nationality. Also, if you look at it to the past, it means that today, right now, I'm Japanese. I have a physical body, and my name is Yushi Hagimoto. But in the past life, my soul had a different physical body, right? Again, maybe with a different skin color and blah, blah, blah. So this is the essence of the teachings of happy science. Please have a spiritual view of life, because this is the truth. One, this is the truth. And two, by believing in this simple fact, our lives will change completely for the better direction. There are many ways to put it. You may ask, all right, give me concrete examples. By living spiritually, how's that going to give merits to my life? One, you'll be able to overcome the fear of death. That's for sure. And if there are people around you you've passed away, you can rejoice the fact that you'll be able to meet them again in the afterlife. So this, when it comes to the matter of death, this is such an important topic to remember to live a happy life. And then the second one is about, let's say love. You cannot truly love others if you don't have the spiritual perspective. As long as you're stuck to a materialistic perspective, in the end, the most rational, logical way of living is living for the benefit of yourself. But that derives from a definition, believing that you are this physical body. But if you're able to overcome this by acquiring this spiritual view of life, you start noticing that you and others are one. You and others are spiritually connected. So by helping others, you're actually helping yourself. And when you hurt others, you're hurting yourself. And this is not, I'm not saying this in moral values, but it's a reality when you accept this spiritual perspective. That's the second one. You can gain true love for others. The third one, off the top of my head, is you'll definitely be stronger against life's crisis or life's difficulties. Because when you have this spiritual perspective, you awaken to the fact that life is a training ground. Life is a workbook to solve for the purpose of training our souls. So this world is not a cruel place just to hurt you, but everything that occurs in our life is God's love in disguise. And if you can think like that, if you can believe in that fact, it gives you these new propellers to move forward in your life. At least that's how I've felt, and that's how I've been saved so much by having a spiritual perspective. It gives you what we call in happy science invincible thinking. meaning it's a mindset that you can have to be triumphant in any scenarios, any circumstances that you're in your life. That's the third one. And there's just so many. Fourth one, I guess it would be health. We're living in the age of science and technology and medicine and medical field. People who work in that profession, it's an amazing profession for sure. They're saving people's lives and all that. But the fact is, medical science is not catching up. It's not strong enough. It's not almighty, because there are so many diseases and ailments in the world that modern medical science just cannot explain why. There's so much of it, right? And so then acquiring this spiritual perspective of life, how does that help you health-wise? One is you start awakening to the principle that physical ailments is actually caused a lot of the times from spiritual disturbances. So, if I were to put it in more of a materialistic perspective, if you're stressed, it can come to your stomach, right? Your intestines can get hurt when you're stressed. So your mentality, your mental fatigue can affect your physical body. That's proven, right? So what's this mental effect? In this mental world, it's not here. It's not only here. This brain is just processing the emotions and the thoughts that are going through in our minds, which is the center part of our souls. And what we feel in the mind is actually spiritual, and it's connected to other beings. So, and it's the simple rule of this principle of the mind is the laws of attraction, the laws of same wavelengths attraction. So if you have a negative thought, if you continuously hold that thought, that's going to start attracting negative spirits, meaning people who have died and who weren't able to go back up to heaven, but who are still suffering here on earth, earthbound spirits, or beings who have fallen to hell, which is like a hospital for our souls, until they awaken to their mistakes so that they can go back up to heaven. But these beings will crawl up to you and possess you when you have those negative thoughts, which means your negative thoughts will be amplified, which means it'll come out into your physical ailment or illness too. So that's the fourth one, about health. I can even talk about wealth too. When you believe in the spiritual perspective, you start understanding that in the spiritual world, there are numerous spiritual beings who wants to support this world to become more of a prosperous place. So if you have that correct mindset, you'll start learning that, you'll start seeing in your real actual life that you start attracting people who are cooperative in your project, people who will supply you with money, people who will supply you with talent, people who will come and support you and help you into making into a strong team to accomplish the goal that you want to achieve. This really occurs in our life. So it even affects our wealth. So, there's just numerous merits that comes from believing that we're spiritual beings. And this is our mission that Master Okawa Alcantara is teaching us disciples. Our mission is to help other people awaken to the value of living a spiritual life. So let me end today's video by quoting again today's words of wisdom. There is more to human beings than their bodies. A human being is essentially a soul, a mind that inhabits and controls the body. End quote. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.